I'm inebriated with my purpose. I'm intoxicated with my purpose.
Yeah.
All right.
Amen.
So I don't have time to come down. I don't have to put out little fires.
Wow.
Amen.
Jesus said in John 2:24 and 25, he said he would not commit himself to man because he knew what was in man. Look, I done been around enough folks say, you, apostle, you're the best thing I ever saw. This ministry is a blessing for me. It changed my heart, changed my life, my finances, my family. I mean, I'm just blessed in the city, blessed in the field. Huh? Oh, I missed that one. What you say?
No, I said blessed in the knit. It says kneading.
Oh yeah, leading and then in the harvest. So we just blessed. But that's okay because I don't get caught up into that. I mean, honor is great, you know, but can't take it to the bank. It's a kind of a cheap check.
Right.
All right.
Because honor is always demonstrated.
Yes.
Amen.
7. Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering. Without who? Wavering. Because if we waver, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So that's in Hebrews 10 and 23. We can't waver. I don't want to figure out if I want to pastor y'all or not. That ain't go well, did it? Yeah. I got to be sold out. Verse 23 says, Let us hold fast the profession of our faith without wavering, for he is faithful that promise.
Right.
So if I look at I got to look at him who promised, not just the promise.
Yes.
You got to take a tally, a personal account of God's faithfulness to you for not to waver.
Okay.
See, that's why I tell folks when they dealing with me, don't look at me what I said.
Yeah.
Look at me over everything I've said.
Amen.
Look at my reputation. Look at my history. Not one incident, because it just don't fit you at the moment, because it's subject to change.
That's good.
The body of work. Let's look at the body of work.
Yeah.
See, that's why I can look at Apostle Peter. I see his body of work. He may say something I don't like, but dang, he's been doing this for 25 years. Impeccable. Never stepped out on his wife. Been doing things right. Never heard him anything in the city about him. Nobody coming to me with nothing.
Right.
Amen.
Amen.
I can't throw out the baby with the bad water.
That's right.
All right.
I got to look at the whole body of work. That's what Jesus said. Jesus said, he told him, know me and my Father is one by my works.
Yes.
Not by what I say. Not by my teaching, preaching. But by what I produce.
Amen.
Same for you. You're supposed to know God without wavering because of what he's done in your life. That's the key. You got to cling to that hope. Point 8. I'm in a hurry. Let us consider one another to provoke to love and good works. Now, in the same chapter, verse 23. 23 says, 24, it says, and let us consider one another. See all them one another together? You got 22, 23, now we're on 24. And let us consider one another to what? Provoke unto what? don't get scared now. Unto who? Love. Like, couldn't even get it out. Unto love and good works. Amen. Unto what? Love and good works. So we need to understand it's important for us to be responsible to one another. I love you enough to tell you what's right and wrong.
Amen.
Am I right? We need to be able to talk to one another and say, you know what, there's some good works I heard. See, even in a church like this, you can be able to say, man, I heard the word that was spoken over your life about in last year. But I ain't seeing it in operation. When you worry, gonna sock you in the eye? No, don't worry about it. Some people are really, they don't really know. So they don't mind you tell them, say, hey, you know what, I love you enough to not to leave you in that state of mind. Let me just let you know, I heard the word that was spoken over your life. So I want to provoke you to love and the good works. I want to get you to a point where not only are you sacrificing to to God, but you're sacrificing to the house, to love and good works. So I'm not judgmental. I'm not suspicious. I don't have one eye on you and an eye on something else. Love is so sacrificial. It's so agape. If you don't know what it is, go over there to 1 Corinthians 13 and get baptized again. And love. Let love become your portion. Love is important. Amen? So it'll get you to good works. It means there will be fruitful. Love is fruitful. Let us consider one another. Not just consider my works. Not consider my love. But let that thing begin to permeate through the whole house. Amen? Let us look on one another with love. Let me serve you. And yeah, I understand. Some folks, you can't really give the love. And I'm not saying all of a sudden just be this robot. That you love everybody the same way. It's not just a blanket statement. Some people don't deserve it. But you're respectful. Right? Am I right? Everybody in the church don't deserve you, just showering them with love. I mean, come on now. You start getting the cultism. Yeah, they love on people. Now, ain't what I'm asking. We should walk in love. There's levels of love. Before you get to agape, where you sacrifice everything for that person. That's phileo. So we can get around people and say, man, I want to befriend you. I want to encourage you. I want to just give you a word of encouragement. I just want to be as the word said, it talks about, what it talks about in Genesis. Am I my brother's keeper? Yeah, I'm my brother's keeper. I want to make sure that you stay afloat. Yeah, I'm going to drop a dime to let you know I'm thinking about you. I ain't seen you in a while. Yeah, most folks, what they call that? When they need a fix. No, that's not it. When they on the bench. There you go. Some folks go on the bench, and you just got to tell them from time to time to give them a sobering word.
Amen.
Amen. Point number 8. Let us consider. Is that point number 8? Yeah. Yeah. 9. Ooh, we rolling. This is. I want to get to these last two or three real quick. I know. Oh yeah. This is good. Verse number 9. Verse 9. No. Point number 9. I almost feel like a verse. It says, "Let us lay aside every weight and sin, in order that we may be set free." Let us lay aside every weight and sin in order that we may be set free. Most folks understand the sin. We got skilled enough to know that sin is not our portion. But there's some weight. So let's go to Hebrews 12:1. It says, "Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every what? Weight. And the sin which what? Doeth so easily beset us." So the weight and the sin easily beset us. I mean, you know what that means? That means you're just a sucker. That's what it means. That's Moffett translation. That you're too susceptible to other things that's contrary to your purpose. Most of us easily beset us. Most of us we're not in the Garden of Gethsemane like we fight between what's right and wrong. We just like, okay, it's wrong.
Right.
The way I feel is right. I know what the words say. Anybody been there? Come on, y'all know it. Don't you lie, you fry. I know what God say. I know what the words say, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to tell them how I feel anyway. I don't care. Then I told you a couple of teachings ago, I said the devil will consider, he'll offer you something and he'll be the first one to tell you how messed up you are. You start hearing it in your head. Now why you did that? Why you act like that? Why you get yourself in that situation? All of a sudden he just hound, you're like a hound dog. And you can get no rest till you come to the altar. And then you go back to doing what you were doing. The same mindset over and over and over. And it keeps besetting you. God has set us to be victorious, but our weights have beset us, has become a stumbling block to our liberty. That's the way you got to see it. You got to see the things in your life as things that have been sent by the enemy to beset you, to not allow you to come to completion, as we said, a teleos person, where you can't be mature, where you can't be morally correct. Said, lay it aside. Give it up. Huh? Change your telephone number. Huh? Stop inboxing. Take them off your Facebook page. Block them. We're like the prophets of Baal. We inflict ourselves with so much harm. They was inflicting, cutting themselves, trying to get their God to move. We do so much punishment to our bodies and to our physical component, our mental composition, and we just don't know that we're actually living in hell because we choose our own decisions. We make our own decisions, and then when the results come, we try to figure out, how did I get myself in that situation? You know how you got yourself there. You didn't lay it aside. Because God, look, my daddy he always tell us. He always tell me, so I'm saying us. He always tell us what we need to do. But then we have to make up the mind and figure out what we're going to do with it.
Amen.
Am I right?
Yes.
So we got to lay it aside. This is what I wrote. We got to get to a point where we make up our mind that we're not going to quit until we see the fruit of what God placed within us. That's how you lay it aside. I'm not going to quit doing what's right until I see the fruit. And even if I don't see the fruit, I got the peace of mind that I always look for. So I don't have the big house, big car, the best family, the best this and all that. But I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Amen. My testimony is going to be right.
Amen. Yes.
I'm going to be respectable in who I am as a person. I don't have to get out of character because I'm waiting on the fruit of what my expectation is. Number 10. 2 more. It said, let us run with patience the race set before us. You see it? Yeah. It says, and after it said, the sin would do it so easily beset us to lay it aside, and let us with patience the race that is set before us.